Patriots are looking to give the corner a chance in New England as they revamp their secondary. They struggled, Skip. The Patriots announced yesterday that Fletcher will sign with them. With Revis and Browner now gone, the Pats have also added cornerbacks Robert McClain and Chimdi Chikwa, and they also re-signed safety Devin McCourty. According to our Adam Kaplan, Fletcher's contract is for 1 year with a max value of $2.5 million. So mastermind and mastermind, are you starting to see Belichick's plan, Bayless?
Stephen A., I must admit, this was a laugh out loud for me last night when I realized Bradley Fletcher, your favorite NFL cornerback, is now a member of the New England Patriots. So the plan that is coming clear to me now is Bill Belichick is going to win the NFL championship next year, win the Super Bowl with special teams. This is all about special teams. He's going to have the greatest special teams in the history of pro football because, remember, they franchised the kicker, Gostkowski.
Okay.
So they got the kicker, and most of the moves that he's made, the additions, it seems like all of them are top-flight special teams players. But you lose Darrelle Revis and Brandon Browner at cornerback, your two starting corners, two of the best in the league as a tandem. And you've now added Bradley Fletcher and Robert McClain, better known as Reggie McClain, as we all know. And Chimdi Chikwa, you mentioned, who's a really good special teams player. And then some of the other notable additions at wide receiver, Brandon Gibson, of course, Kevin Dorsey at wide receiver. And then there's Jonathan Freeney and Jabal Sheard is actually pretty good from Cleveland, though I don't think anybody knows about him as a defensive end. So, Stephen A., no, it's not quite coming clear. But just a note on Bradley Fletcher. He gave up an NFL-high 9 touchdown passes last year, although it seemed like every time I saw him get burned, he was in the picture. He didn't get run by. He didn't get blown by. He was always there.
In the conversation.
But he lost his confidence against Jordy Nelson back at Green Bay when it was on November 16th. He gave up a 64-yard touchdown. Jordy that day caught 4 for 109. And then the infamous game in Philly when my Dallas Cowboys visited on December 14th. And Dez Bryant caught 6 for 114, including 3 touchdowns over Bradley Fletcher. You have been scathing on this show about Bradley Fletcher, so I will now hand it to you to put in perspective what just happened.
Well, I'm happy for Bradley Fletcher because obviously whatever you need to learn to be a quarterback in the NFL, he certainly wasn't learning from Chip Kelly's system
Apparently
in Philadelphia. Not. And he has a better chance of learning from an elite defensive mind that is Bill Belichick. So I'm happy for him. We understand who he is. I mean, this guy's a 3rd-round pick in 2009. He's been in the league long enough, though, to be better than he was. I mean, he got scorched by Dez Bryant. Schooled, absolutely embarrassed. 1 touchdown after another. Like you said, 6 receptions, 114 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, it got to a point the only way to hide him was to send him back to the locker room because he gave you the impression that he would have messed up just by standing on the sideline by the water cooler. I mean, he was that bad, and he was getting that abused. And so for me, yeah, he could do some things in special teams. I sincerely hope he gets it together, watch films, does everything he possibly can to come back. Because, I mean, listen, if you're going to lose that much confidence, damn it, don't play. I mean, 9 touchdown catches you gave up last year, a league high, got abused by Dez Bryant. It was just embarrassing to see. And so for me, with your playoff lives on the line, to get embarrassed like that, to get abused by that, to get picked on like that, resonates with me. And I'm not sure that you could ever overcome those doldrums, that lack of confidence, to just overcome whatever it is that you need to overcome to move forward. I've got questions about that. I'm not sure that he can pull it off. I hope he can. I wish him well. My heart goes out to him because I certainly am not wishing for him to fail. I want this brother to succeed. I want him to elevate himself in his game to another level. I want him to have a career in the NFL. I want him to get paid. But the reality is, when I saw him play this year in Philadelphia, damn it, he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve to get paid. He didn't deserve to be in the starting lineup, not as a cornerback. And I know injuries had something to do with it as well because we understand that the Eagles struggled this year. But to land with New England, he should thank his heavenly stars.
Yeah, I agree.
That Bill Belichick and New England Patriots picked him up because he is lucky to be in the NFL, considering the way some of his performances were this past season.
I agree. I do believe he just lost his confidence. I don't think he lost his ability. because he was, as you point out, a third-round pick out of Iowa. He's got some talent that will be maximized by Bill Belichick. But still, you're looking in New England, defending champs, at Malcolm Butler, the out-of-nowhere from West Alabama Super Bowl hero, last-second interception, as one starting cornerback. And you're looking at Alfonso Dennard, who was lost in the doghouse all last year, as your other probably starting cornerback, and then Bradley Fletcher and mix and match with the other corners that you have.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're talking about him mixing and matching, that's great. But if you're talking about, I mean, you lost Darrelle Revis, you lost Browner. You can't come back with Bradley Fletcher. Not based on what we saw.
I don't think so. Unless this is the year Bill Belichick says, watch this NFL, I'm going to do it with my genius.
You know, Patriots are going to win it all with special teams.
Special teams.
This is what we've come, this is the conclusion of it all. All right.
And I forgot to mention Scott Chandler. He's the only name I know that they signed. Tight end from Buffalo, obviously. Is Eni Gronkowski? No, but anyway, there's
a plan.
It has come to this.
There is a plan in place. We may not understand it, but we'll watch it unveil.
Yeah.
The Vikings are not letting go of Adrian Peterson despite his very public requests to leave the team. Can the team and the player work it all out? That's the discussion after the break. Stick around. We'll be right back in just a few moments.
Take is brought to you by E-Trade. Are you type E? Booking.com. Planet Earth's #1 accommodation site. And Kingsford Charcoal. Winter's over, and it's time to get out and grill.
First take on the road. It's the countdown to Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. The fight is May 2nd in Las Vegas. We'll be there the week leading up to it. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be something special, much like March Madness. Meanwhile, public policy polling conducted a survey of Wisconsin residents earlier this month. Stephen, I think you'll appreciate this. The poll found that the only thing more popular than the bad man himself, cheese. Only cheese came out better with 80% favorable vote compared to 79% of the people.
Hold on.
Yeah, we still have more. 79% of the people who said that they had a favorable opinion of Aaron Rodgers. So it's cheese and then Aaron Rodgers. Bayless, your reaction?
I must admit, I was pleasantly surprised by the outcome of this poll, Stephen A., because number one, if only 80% said yes to cheese, that means 20% of Wisconsiners said no or were indifferent about cheese. Good for you, because it's not good for you to be eating cheese. I just got to put that out there. Now back to our man, the bad man that is Aaron Rodgers. 79% said yes to Aaron Rodgers. I point out to you, when this same poll was taken back in 2011 after Aaron Rodgers had won his one and only Super Bowl, 89% said yes to Aaron Rodgers. Even now, 15% of Wisconsiners not sure about Aaron Rodgers. 6% said they didn't like Aaron Rodgers.
What?
Bully for them. What? Because I must point out to the discerning Wisconsiners out there, I'm sure they know this, Aaron Rodgers is now 6-5 in the postseason. In his last 6 playoff games, Aaron Rodgers is 2-4, including that stinker, by his standards, up in Seattle in the NFC Championship game. I don't think that qualified as elite quarterback play, Stephen A. Smith. So, again, I think actually popularity is starting to sink for Aaron Rodgers.
In 2011, you say it was 89.
89%
and here
positive.
we are, 2015.
In 2015, all of a sudden it's down to 79.
Wow.
Wow.
This is disturbing.
21% not so sure about the bad man.
Aaron Rodgers, that bad man that he is a league MVP. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's who I consider to be the best quarterback talent-wise in all of football.
Used to be.
And before all is said and done, he will go down as one of the greatest ever. And the fact is that I'm appalled by this poll, because to me, he should be more popular than cheese. After all, Aaron Rodgers is not only very good for Green Bay residents and Packer fans everywhere, but he's practically the only thing that's good, because they'd be nothing without him. And when you consider the fact that cheese, that's right, I said nothing. Without him, nothing. Whereas when you think about cheese, obviously, as somebody who's been relatively addicted to it, I can tell you it's not necessarily very good for you. So how can cheese, which isn't good for you, be more popular than somebody who's very good for you in Aaron Rodgers? I have a problem with that, and I think they should revisit
But
that
the most
poll.
popular quarterback in Green Bay history was the great Brett Favre.
Oh, boy.
And if Brett Favre had
Whatever.
been 2-4 in
Won't
his last
last
6
long.
playoff games,
Won't
would we give
last
him
long.
a pass on this show? You'd be
Won't
all
la-
over it.
Won't last long.
Won't last long,
When
Stephen
Aaron
A.
Rodgers when Aaron Rodgers gets another Super Bowl ring, Brett Favre's popularity will dissipate even more compared to Aaron
yeah, but
Rodgers.
it's been
Yes,
like
it
12 years since he won his one and only Super Bowl ring.
I'm sorry, you say 6% of the residents are indifferent towards
No, they
Rodgers?
don't like him.
They just don't like
They
him.
don't like it. 6%, that's a lot.
Wow.
Wow.
That's huge, Stephen.
They
That's
are
because they're
seeing
listening to
the
you.
light.
That's
Yeah, they are.
because
They're
that's
being
because they're one of the
enlightened
5
by
We are
people listening
done.
to you.
We'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN2.
Yeah.
Enjoy March Madness, everyone. 6%.